for joining us. Tree, what is going on, my man?
What's going on?
Oh, living the dream. Back in Connecticut. It's 8:30. I was telling all the management staff earlier, the time change is nice when it makes my 8 a.m. a 10 a.m., but it's not nice when my 3 p.m. turns into a 5 p.m.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were back in Connecticut.
Yeah, I'm kind of all over the place. I'm back in Connecticut for like a month, and then Pete and I have talked about this, but I go to Norway after that, and then from Norway back to Colorado to study for the LSAT. Well, I'll study in Norway as well, but yeah.
Right on.
You study in Norway?
Yeah, I like kind of have to, because a like study session like that you sign up for online is partially when I'm there, but the time is like perfect. It's like 8 p.m. on a Wednesday, so I won't be doing anything else. 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. their time. What's going on, Jake? How's the second shot treating you?
It was it knocked me on my butt.
Yeah.
So that's about all I can really say.
Oh, when did you get yours, Jake?
I got yesterday.
Okay. I got mine earlier today, and my arm's a little sore, but that's all I have to report so far. So, hoping it stays that way.
I've noticed that a lot of younger people have not had as much problem as us old on the second shot. It's I don't know, kind of like hangover recovery. You know, you can get by with that more on the youth side of things. So
I would never know.
What was it? Yeah, I was gonna say. So what was this you were saying about Norway? When are you doing Norway?
So, barring we bought flight insurance, barring that they open, which my friend's dad lives in Norway. He's convinced they're gonna open their borders, but I'm going June 15th to July 20th. One of my friends is from there, so me and 3 others are gonna stay at her house with her dad. Yeah.
Oh, very nice. All right.
Actually, journalists are allowed in the country, so if I just do a photographic piece about Norway, maybe they'll let me in.
There you go.
I am not one to keep my textbooks, even books that I read and I enjoy. I like to give them away. But one of the few books I did keep in my life is Here's My Intro to the Norway Norwegian Language, first semester of my college career.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's like 2 universities that teach Norwegian as a language, Wisconsin and like St. Olaf or something.
Wisconsin's an amazing language school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can say one word and I drive my friend Siri crazy. I say melke chocolate, which is just milk chocolate.
Nice.
Thank you, Ryan. You're always looking sharp, so I don't have to say that. All right, so we have a lot of people here, so I thought this would be funny. I showed a few people already. I was making the joke that I haven't worn this shirt since high school, and I have my ID from freshman year of high school with the same shirt.
Oh, hold on. I gotta make that big on my screen. Hold that up again. Oh, look at that baby face.
Yeah, Joe.
Oh my gosh. Just breaking hearts left and right, weren't you?
Yeah, the hair was a little bit better too. That hair probably got me in trouble at Catholic school. Everybody, welcome. Wow, so many new faces. This is like incredible. So, per usual, we'll give it just a minute or 2 more, you know. Lucy, you snuck in on me. Getting x-rayed by the sunlight in the library right now.
My email that I sent you a couple weeks ago.
Which one?
The one about the SPJ awards.
Yes, I did see that.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I think usually the trend has been I start the meetings around, 8 my time, but 34. So we'll give it 2 minutes and then we'll get cracking. I'm superstitious at this point.
It's only
Gina
crazy if it
is-
doesn't work.
Exactly. See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's been working. Lucy, how's my favorite professor been doing?
Oh, she's good. We just had debates in class today.
How'd that go?
It was fun. I got a cool topic, so we just kind of went at it. It was really fun.
My topic was should high school athlete or should college athletes be allowed to profit or not?
Oh, that would be a good one. Mine was like whether or not prison inmates should have the option of like volunteering for medical tests to like reduce their sentencing.
Oh, interesting. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's awesome though. I love Gina. She's like hooked me up with everything that is the law school route, so she's amazing.
She is really cool.
As we slowly ease into getting started, we have a minute or so more. I'll just introduce myself to everyone here who doesn't know me. I'm I'm the co-photo director at the Collegian. Devin is my counterpart. Next year, I'll be the photo director. Devin's moving on up to digital managing editor, and Tree will be the photo editor as well. So this is the staff for next year, and yeah, I'm Luke. I am all your photo related needs, or I try to be. Kat, what's going on?
Nothing much, just chilling.
And okay, so that brings us to 8:34, and I think most people are here. Ryan's enjoying a nice dinner or lunch, whatever time it is. So as everyone knows, this is something that we've hyped up for a while. These videos that we're about to show you have had a lot of effort put into them. And although they're not the premiere of Jaws or Schindler's List, they are super exciting, and the effort is 100% there, and the team that has been behind it is incredible. So everyone here, enjoy the first showing. This is like a demo test. You're all VIPs, so enjoy it. And I just want to welcome everyone who's here. I mean, like, this is incredible. We have crew from student video production. We have Peter Wack, who is the CEO of Rocky Mountain Student Media. We have Jake, who is the media advisor. Not like Jill is our photo advisor. And I mean, this is just incredible. So, KSCSU, thank you, Anna. I'm sorry. I can never forget about KSCSU. And do we have any CTV folks in here? I don't see anybody.
Design
But
too.
Yeah, I would be
CTV
the
is-
CTV photo.
Yeah, see, Tree representative. But basically, we have all amazing parts of Rocky Mountain Student Media. But everybody, I want to thank you for being here. This is great. And I'll hand it off to Jill to kick off the rest of this.
Great. Thanks, Luke. Welcome, everybody. So great to see all the faces. Really pleased to have all of you here. And the main thing for us today is to really celebrate what you guys have done as a team. The stars in the videos, the editors behind the scene, the photographers behind the camera, and writing the scripts, pulling together, coming together and creating these awesome videos. We did sneak it under the adventures of the Collegian photographer, and these are training videos, but they're so exciting, they're gonna knock you guys off your seat, and you're gonna learn a ton here. And I just want to thank everyone. We will be thanking you throughout this video, so I hope you aren't sick of us saying thank you, thank you, thank you, but thank you SVP crew. I know we haven't met, but thank you for being here. We really want you to feel appreciated for coming today. You guys have really you are the icing on the cake for us to be here, and we're going to hear from you a little bit later, want to hear about your roles. This meeting is also about unexpected connections and surprises, because I think everyone sees themselves in a single role. I'm a photographer, I'm a photo editor, I'm a video editor, and we see ourselves in that one role, but actually there's just amazing crossover between us. And one of the unexpected roles that was filled during our time working on these videos was with Malia hope I pronounced your name right. Barry, Miss Barry's on the graphics arts department crew at the Collegian. And these videos all came about with us wanting to give you guys more training and make you professional at the top of your level and be able to go out into the real world and use your skills. And we're all using, you know, modern equipment, modern technology, ways of thinking, and this was a great way for us to put all of those things together and everyone to use this in some fashion in their portfolio. With our training material, one of the two highlights are these videos, which is why you're here tonight. But I also want to show off Miss Barry's work for us. She was tasked by her graphics director, I should say, Amy Noble. I met with Amy Noble and asked her if she would be willing to find someone who might be interested in creating a training character for us for our presentations and ideas of getting people involved with our training. She immediately thought of Ms. Barry, and we came together thinking about what would that character look like? Who is that person now? And she worked with us with a brief and came up with this amazing character. This is some of the first drafts, and I'm assuming everyone can see my screen. Can I get a head nod from you guys? Thank you. So we went through the process of getting to know each other and getting to know this character, which our lovely Kate Blanche named immediately at our photo meeting. We was like, what's her name? Who is she? How is she speaking to us? And Kate, being a wordsmith as well, excuse me, so sorry on that, thought of immediately Phoebe. So now we have Phoebe as our training assistant, and you'll be seeing her along the way, not in these particular videos, but some other videos that we have. And so you want to be careful about which face you see of Phoebe as you begin your training. And if we could I just want to have one quick second with Ms. Barry to open up her mic and tell us a little bit about your role at the Collegian and this project. Please help me welcome her.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, so I'm Malia. I'm a freelance illustrator at the Collegian. Like Jill said, Amy tasked me with designing Phoebe. This was a really great project. Character design is something I'm really passionate about, so I really appreciated the opportunity to work on this.
Thank you so much for being a part of our crew, and I think you really added a lot of character for us. So you'll be seeing Phoebe around, and I think she's a great representation. So thank you for lending our skills. That was an unexpected collaboration. We didn't have any vision for collaborating with graphics, so that was wonderful. Our next part came to how do we make this training interesting? How do we get people to actually watch this stuff and be interested? And of course, right away, we knew it was our talent. Prayush and Devin both have strengths in the genres of sports and environmental portraits. So our first step was convincing them to go on camera and be a part of these videos. We had a lot of help with that, and Mr. Ben Spence was really a wonderful person for them to work with along the way, and we'll hear from him and his crew here shortly. But I want to turn it over to Anna at this stage, who is also a huge part of all of this training come together, all the videos. She did scripting and locations and passes and convincing the guys to bite onto these videos and be in front of the camera instead of behind the camera, which took a little work. So Anna worked very strongly with Ben, and they are going to talk a little bit about the sports video we have to show you tonight. Anna.
Hello, thank you, Jill. Yeah, so our first video tonight is going to be our How to Cover Sports video featuring Devin Cornelius and filmed by Ben Spence. I'd also like to mention before we watch that video, we did make a video interviewing Kyle Neves, who's the Associate Director of Communications at CSU Athletics. And we talked to him a bit about how to get media access to games like you'll see in the video and practices and scheduling photo shoots with athletes. So hope you enjoy the video.
Great. So get your popcorn, get your drinks ready. This is a short little 5-minute video. And if I could get some head nods in the crew when you are able to see my screen, and hopefully all goes well with audio as well. We're just gonna set up here and ready to rock and roll, I think. Stand by.
Hi, my name is Devin Cornelius. I'm one of the co-photo directors for the CSU Collegian. Today, we'll be going over how to shoot a sporting event. We'll be covering how to set up your camera, what settings you should use at the event, and specific shots to look for. So, what makes shooting sports so much fun is, honestly, for me, it's the energy. It's super fun to be down courtside while listening to all the fans scream and watching your team succeed. It's pretty popular to shoot sports, especially football, some of the major ones, because you get the most coverage. One of the most important things for shooting sports is to make sure you have your camera, and then also make sure that you include a charged battery and an SD card that's formatted for your camera. Today we'll be shooting with the 50 to 150 Sigma lens. It's a 2.8, and it's especially important to have a 2.8 lens when you're shooting inside Moby because the lighting is a little dim. So if you don't have any gear that you can use, be sure to check some out from the newsroom because we do have gear for you. And make sure that you also have a press pass for the event. Just let your photo director know what event you want to shoot, and they should be able to get you a press pass for it. And you should be able to go to the West Wing in Moby and pick up your press pass there. So after you pick up your press pass, you want to head to the press room, which should be right next to it. In there, you're able to leave all your stuff. It's pretty secure. There's security guards out front, so you don't have to worry about losing anything. After you get all your gear set up in there, you should head out to the court and just make sure that all your settings are correct. So let's do that now. So today we'll be shooting at 2500 with 2.8 aperture and 2500 ISO. We want to make sure that we keep our shutters pretty high so that we can freeze the action as it's happening, and to make sure that our photos don't come out blurry or a little out of focus. We also want to make sure that the photo as a whole is evenly bright so that it is visually appealing when it comes out to paper. If you're feeling really comfortable, you can definitely shoot more creatively. You want to make sure you also get a variety of angles in your shots so they don't all look the exact same, because that's not very visually compelling to see the same shot over and over again. So I've decided to shoot with another lens that I have. This is a 300. It's also 2.8, but it's a prime lens. The reason I'm shooting for this is because I can shoot across the court pretty easily. And if I ever need to shoot through the net, I can do that as well. It's really great for getting close-ups on a player. So if you know that there's someone who's always celebrating or is always cheering or something, it's really nice to be able to just go right in onto them. And typically, I do actually like to shoot with both lenses at the same time. Sounds a little weird, but usually I will start by shooting with my normal lens, and I'll just have the 300 with me, just in case I ever need to use it. You also want to be sure when you're shooting that you're not in anyone's way, because it's probably the worst feeling in the world to have another photographer standing in front of you. So being courteous to the people that are around you is definitely something important to do. And it also helps build relationships. One final thing that I like to do as a little tip for housekeeping is I just want to make sure that if I ever have a photo that I really enjoy, I mark it on my camera. Yeah, I just set a rating for it so that when I'm going back to photos later that night, I actually my nose stick out to me. And at the end of the game, you want to make sure that you go into the press room and you get your photos uploaded. We generally recommend getting them in within an hour so that they can be edited by the night editor and then published on digital and on print if we're having print that day as well. So just remember, when you first come in, you want to make sure that you get your press pass. You want to make sure that you have all your camera equipment that day. When you get in there, you want to check your settings, check your cards, check your batteries, just to double check everything, make sure everything's working well. You want to get a variety of shots and be sure to get action shots and emotion at the same time. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something about shooting sports photography here with the Collegian. Be sure to check out our news coverage video and our environmental portraits video as well. See you next time.
So while everyone has just seen that amazing video, I just wanted to say as well, obviously some of these videos may chop in certain points, and that's just a product of, unfortunately, Zoom University. But these videos, as incredible as they look right now, look even more incredible viewed from the native links that you all will have access to. So yeah, round of applause for Devin and the whole team.
You can open up your mic and woo, give them a round of applause. That was a lot of work, ton of work, and I know that editing crew was biting their lips on the here recently. So well done, you guys. Devin, if you can come on, we'd love to hear a little bit about your experience.
Oh man, okay. I first want to say that I am super nervous behind the camera and I hate doing it, or in front of the camera and I hate doing it, but Ben Spence did an amazing job coaching me through it. So that was super awesome.
Not at all, man. You're great. Rock star. Didn't have to coach you a second.
Oh man, thank you. Thank you. So to start with, it was a rough time for us to even get that video because I remember the first day we were trying to shoot, the game got canceled immediately as we were getting everything set up. Like after we had went through all the prep, all the groundwork laid out, like all the teams left the court and then people started taking everything down at Moby. And so we had to try to figure out what's going on. The game got canceled due to COVID. So it was really fortunate that we were able to get that video fit in. It was really awesome. It was a lot of fun to shoot despite my nervousness. And yeah, shooting sports is something that is really important to my being. It's something that I love doing. It's something that I've done since I started at the Collegian, and I just absolutely love it. I had the wonderful opportunities this year to go to Vegas and to Dallas to shoot CSU men's basketball because our team did amazing. They played really well this year, and so being able to cover that was definitely something that was super amazing. Tree as well helped me out with the Vegas shoot. Covering men's and women's, at Vegas. And so yeah, it was something that I've never done before, and it's something that was super incredible, and it was amazing. It was beautiful. It was great to go to like these events and shoot them as you would like as a professional. Yeah. Other than that, it's always an honor to shoot sports for the Collegian. It's always exciting. It's always fun. I'm always ready to do it, and I love doing it. And so yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out. I really appreciate it.
Excellent, Devin.
I think I'll have to say something, Devin. When you talk about passion, when I was over there in Vegas with you, I took a few pictures of you because I see how passionate you were and in the zone when you were taking pictures of sports specifically. And also, I'm very proud that you actually got in front of the camera and were able to do the whole video as well, knowing you as a person.
I was going to say, Devin, some people joke, oh, you have a face for radio. Well, Devin, you have a face for video, my friend. Good job.
Thank you guys so much.
Excellent. Yes, Devin, keep your eyes out for his work in the sports pages and other pages as well. And as Luke mentioned, he's the new digital design editor, digital and design. I'm not sure the full title. So you'll be seeing some great work popping up on digital. And, he's very approachable if anyone has ideas and suggestions. So we want to look for more opportunities to collaborate with all of you here. And that's why you were invited. So thank you very much for coming. And behind the camera in that scene, in that video, was the Mr. Ben Spence. And I would like to introduce Ben to the crew. He is the director of student video productions. And I might have gotten your title wrong there, Ben. I apologize if I did, but come on and tell us a little bit and help us to introduce our next segment.
Yeah, thanks, Jill. And I just want to say, Devin, that was a pleasure as well working with you. That was a lot of fun. Getting it canceled the first time was a bummer, and then we made it happen a week later and went back against CSU versus Nevada. So that was an awesome time. Thanks, man, for making that happen with us.
Yeah, no problem.
As people, I recognize a few faces, more than the majority, but I'm Ben Spence, Director of Student Video Productions. I have been for a year and a half now. And I also want to just say thanks for everyone to kind of be here attending tonight. Team and I have put in a lot of work to these videos, as well as the Kyle Neves video, as Anna mentioned. And it's really cool just to watch them alongside you guys and to see your reactions to the videos. I also want to give a big shout out to the Collegian again, just Jill, Anna, Devin, and Pratyush, who all have been really easy to work with, really fun and amazing and creative in the planning. This has been a semester-long project for us back to January, and it's kind of something we've been picking away at on the side of our main SVP projects, and it's really cool to have this premiere and be able to share this. So I guess without further ado, the next video we're watching tonight features Pratyush taking us through how to cover environmental portraits for the Collegian. And also features our KCSU radio station and the Little Shop of Physics on campus. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy.
All right, here we go. Please let me know. And yes, thanks for your patience. We are running it through couple platforms, but it is beautiful. And I promise you will all learn a lot through this video. And if I could get a head nod on visible. Thank you, Luke. Thank you, everybody.
Hi, my name's Pratyush Kashyap, and I'm a photojournalist at the Collegian at the Rocky Mountain Student Media at Colorado State University. I've been working as a photographer for almost 2 years now with the Collegian, and it's been quite exciting. I've had the opportunity to shoot a lot of environmental portraits along with other kinds of shoots, but I would like to share some of my experiences with you about the environmental portraits I've shot. So to start with, what do we mean when we say an environmental portrait? As simple as it is, it's a portrait of your subject, but within their environment. So we're not showing just the person we're shooting, but also where they are, what they're doing, what environment they're in, and telling a story in a single photograph. The most challenging aspect about the environmental photography is the background, and which is what also makes the photo stand out as a photo. So in addition to controlling for what your subject looks like, you're also focusing on what all is happening in the background and that it's not distracting and taking away from the photo you want to shoot. So literally you take a step back from when you're talking about a portrait and you see a lot more of the background of the environment. Before stepping into your shoot, let's just go through the initial things we must take care of. Make sure you have your equipment, a memory card which is formatted, a fully charged battery, your camera. And what I have here with me is a Nikon D750 with a 35mm lens. Being at the Collegian, you can also check out different lenses for your shoot. So it's important to know what kind of a shoot you're doing, where you're going to be going, how much space you have, if you need specific lenses, if you have preference for certain lenses. And all of that's available at the Collegian, which is great, and it also lets you experiment. So once you're all set with the equipment, you've spoken to the people you're going to shoot, we're ready to get out to the shoots. What we'll be doing today is 3 different kinds of lighting situations. The first one's at the KCSU radio station, which is an indoor low-lit small space with a radio jockey. So let's begin.
Okay, stick jackets. Once again, I'm Stevie. I'm in the station. Keep it locked on 90.5.
Hi, Stevie, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I'll just be going around taking a few pictures. The first thing we see as we get inside is it's a closed space. It's low light for sure, but there's a lot of light and reflections around. We see walls with a lot of different colors. We see CDs on that side. There's a nice light pointing on the DJ, so we've got some good central light to focus on. I think to start with, I would go up to 3200. My shutter speed of about 1/100th of a second, and this lens gives me a maximum aperture of 4.5. And without a frame in mind, just to see what the light is like, I would take a couple of trial shots. I have the CDs in the back, I have the DJ with the light on her, and this will give me a good idea of the exposure I'm getting. Even with an ISO of 3200, we see it's pretty dark. We do have some light on the DJ, but I can bump it up a little more. I'm in one corner of the studio, which gives me an entire perspective. But once I've got this photo, well, it looks great, but because it's such a wide angle and I'm so far away, I lose my subject. So in the photo itself, it's a good one, but for what I'm here to do, as getting an environmental portrait, it's not something I'd be using. Getting up close from one side gives me what she's doing, some lighting, some computers. Get a couple of shots, a couple of angles. Using a 12mm wide allows me to get close, get a lot of things in one frame together. What I would want to do next is try a different perspective. I've got a 35mm with an maximum aperture of 2. I take a couple of shots and it looks pretty good to me. So it's now an idea of the setting I would be going ahead with, and then it's creative liberty for you. There's a lot happening here. You can look at reflections, try out some things if it's okay with the subject, if you have time to stick around for a little bit. I see some reflections of the studio on these CDs, and I'm going to just see if this gives me a fun photo. I think it's a beautiful photo of the reflection of the CDs on the wall with the DJ. Well, thanks, Stevie. I think we've got some good shots, and I'm excited to see how this comes out.
Yeah, me too. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you. And once we're done, we'll share the photos in the newspaper with you.
Sounds good.
Well, see you.
Bye.
Good evening. So that was the KCSU radio station. Now we're moving on to the Little Shop of Physics workshop space, which is a much bigger room. There's going to be windows, some sunlight. It's not going to be as colorful, but a completely different space to shoot in. So let's take a look at that. Hi Adam, how are you?
Very good, how are you doing?
Good. I'm Pratyush from the Collegian, and we'll be doing a shoot with you today.
Awesome.
Yeah. Can you tell me what you've got set up for us?
So this is an infrared experiment. We've got this special camera that sees beyond the end of the rainbow, the infrared. Yeah. And I'm just checking out different things in front of the camera and seeing what they look like. You can actually see little spots disappear in the camera.
Yeah. Well, this will make for interesting photos. Thank you. Because of the lighting we have here, the fluorescent lighting and windows on one side, this is the settings I would do. Relatively higher shutter speed compared to where we were. I would increase my aperture to about f5 so that we can establish some of the background and not blur everything. And definitely a lower ISO. We can start off at about 1600 and let's see where this goes. Being here also ensures that I have good light on him coming from the windows in the back, and it's still a nice background to have. I can see him, I can see the computer, and establishes a nice shot for the assignment. Once you're finished with your safe shots, there are opportunities to take creative photos as you like, and this room's full of a lot of opportunities. Something that caught my eye was this skeleton, and I'm going to try and frame Adam, the experiment, the room, and the skeleton together as an interesting fun shot. So what I get by shooting this photo is that I've got the skeleton in the foreground, I've got the experiment and Adam going on in the background, and the rest of the room too. So it gives an interesting perspective, a depth, and establishes what all we have going around in the space. We're going to be moving into a dark room. It's going to be much darker, fewer lights, so we'll have to change some settings. It's going to be a much smaller room, so let's see what that looks like. So I've moved up to an ISO of 5000, an aperture of f2, and a shutter speed of 1/100. And I'm using a 35mm f2. And if it still seems like this is too dark a photo, the first thing I would do is bring down the shutter speed a little bit more, because I still can, instead of going up a higher ISO.
This is so cool. Because science.
Because science. We were in a very dark studio right now, and now we're out under the sky in the sunlight. What we're trying to do is establish a portrait of Adam out with the building, out in the open. The first thing I would do is change my settings now to incorporate a lot more light and that we're outdoors. Having a much lower ISO now that we're outside. And a higher aperture also to not completely blur out the background, get some of the building, and still have a bright enough photograph. Let's see if this works. I've got Adam standing with him facing the sunlight, and we've got sunlight on the buildings and the walls behind him. This could be a little tricky if we've got him in the sunlight and the shadow in the back, or Adam in the shadow and light in the back. So just to make sure that what you're trying to achieve through your photo, you get that with your subject and some of the background. I think that looks good. That's what it looks like.
That looks great. Thank you.
Thank you. It was nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
See you
around.
Bye. So just to recap, all that we did right now, talked about so that you have everything in place before you go for your shoot, is that to make sure you have the necessary equipment before you go for the shoot. You know where you're going to shoot, what the environment's going to be like, so you have an idea of all the equipment you need, what kind of lighting's going to be there. You could have spoken to the editors, know what they want, what's going to get published. And once you get there, you can take your time, look at the surroundings, look at the lighting there is, the space you have, which will help you decide what lenses you use, what settings you're going to have, a high ISO, low ISO, if it's a lot of light, less light, if you want to use external light. And once you get shooting, I think it's important to be patient, respect the subject you're shooting, don't get in their space. Keep communicating with them so they know what you're doing, you know what they're doing, and it gives you comfortable shots. Once you have your safe shot, then you have the time and space to get around and make some creative photos. So there's nothing stopping you from that. There's a lot happening when you're shooting environmental portraits. Finally, once you've completed your assignment and you get back home, then there's still editing and uploading to be done. We recommend that you try and do it on the same day, because there is a big team working on the story and everyone's got to get their work done. So if the photos are in quick that evening, then the rest of the work can follow. You can upload the photos on WordPress, and then the following day or in a couple of days, make sure you check back in the equipment you've rented from the Collegian. Well, I've really enjoyed shooting environmental portraits with the Collegian, and I hope my experiences helped you learn a few things. And well, thanks for watching, and I hope you have fun shooting your own.
My only question is, what can't Pratyush do? Especially with a talented team like SVP behind him.
Great. Let's have open our mics. Woo, crew! Amazing. And KCSU looking so
That
great.
was
I don't think I know which band
fantastic.
to put.
That was so
That was
good.
awesome. I feel like I say this all the time, but every single picture that made its way into that video was amazing.
Hey guys, this is Anthony Morganti. I am Mr.
Thank you.
I know, I'm just, I in the same, Michael, I think I say it every single meeting, but I'm just infinitely jealous of Pratyush's eye.
Oh, thanks, guys. You're all very kind.
Tell us a little bit about your experience working on this. This is and working with Ben. You had a big role in 2 different shoots or 3 different almost. Tell us a little bit about your experience.
Yeah, I think first I would say it was great working with Ben. I haven't done something like this before. We're used to being behind the camera and being in front of the camera for a change. It was scary. I was nervous, but Ben really helped me understand the process and got me comfortable doing this. It was a lot of fun, and it's definitely a very passionate team to work with. I'm a PhD student. There's a lot of work going on normally, and I think the Collegian's been great to work at. It's a very passionate and creative team, always full of energy, and I'm always excited to do things like this and all the shoots with them. I think putting together the video was also a great thought process for me. Like we've done so many projects and with so many people over the years, but thinking of all those experiences and what I've learned for everyone to put together into this video was, I think, a great process. And Anna, Jill, Ben, they all helped me put this together and think through things. So that was great. It was definitely a lot of fun. It's not easy. This is something I cannot do, Luke, is be behind that camera shooting this video. So the video team's done a great job. And I think it's also helped me to appreciate all the people and the shoots I've done. So being behind the camera for the photos that I take is also not easy. So I think that's also something that's going to be on my mind every time I go and shoot now, to respect the people in the photo a lot more and yeah, appreciate their space and effort in being part of all the assignments. So thank you everyone for watching, and this was a lot of fun. It was long. I was waiting for it to end. Just seeing myself through this so much and listening to yourself is weird, but this was great. Thanks.
I know,
Well,
but you did amazing.
Thank you.
I want to say that Pratyush, through all 3 shoots, wore the exact same thing without me having to remind him. So he had on top of having the photos coming through dialed, he had continuity dialed as well. And for 3 separate days on all 3 shoots. So yeah, it was awesome work with you, Pratyush. That was I mean, again, rock star in front of the camera.
Thanks. Yeah, you too.
Your teaching ability came through. Your message is really clear and clean, and I think everyone can learn from that. And I don't want to save too many crew behind, because the people that put this all together are the guys that haven't spoken yet, and that's the editing crew. And Ben, if you could introduce your crew a little bit and all the magic that made this into the 5-minute and 10-minute videos are sitting right here with the graphics and the storytelling abilities, and they're the unsung heroes, always saving those guys for last. And Ben, if you could introduce your crew a little bit and tell us about their roles, and you guys come on with your mics too in a second, that would be lovely.
Sure. Yeah, and I'll let the guys speak for themselves, but I will say that we got pretty much our entire team behind these 3 videos in one way or another. So all the way from Boone, our graphics designer, who wasn't able to make it tonight, to videographers and then editors. Owen and Bryce Sullivan, of which are here, and both worked on the videos as editors. So yeah, I'm really proud of them, really proud of the team, and I'll let them say a few words.
Hey, yeah, cool. So thanks everybody for coming. Yeah, I appreciate everyone showing up for this. I didn't realize there'd be many people coming to take a look. Yeah, so a couple of the other people who worked on these videos were Errol Paula Langen, who wasn't here. She was one of the first editors on the, I think it was the How to Cover Sports video. And then she worked with Ben and I to perfect it. And Bryce Sullivan is also one of the editors. He worked on the video we haven't seen. And I was also I was just kind of a consulting editor throughout it, working with the other editors to tie it together and do some polishing. And I'm credited as the colorist. I just worked on trying to dial in the white balance in post-production and make sure that the colors were all worth looking at. and it's kind of like editing in a way where you just, you hope that if you do your job right, nobody notices it. So hopefully nobody noticed it. And so if that's true, then I did my job well. Ben actually did the color on the one we just watched, and we just worked together on it as he developed it too. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and thanks for all the support.
Thank you, Owen. And is it true that you are the incoming director for SVP?
Yeah, that's right. So Ben's on his way out. Ben's going to graduate, and I'm taking over Ben's position as the director of Tree Stump Films, the new documentary department, and the current student video productions department. On that topic, right now there are positions open for 2 new assistant directors, the position that I currently hold. So as well as multiple crew member positions. If you or anyone you know is curious in video or skilled in video production, wants a leadership opportunity, or just wants to get involved in a creative professional opportunity, reach out to myself, reach out to Ben or Pete, because we want to hear from you and we want to take on your applications and give you that opportunity. So reach out to us as soon as you can if that's something that you or somebody you know would like the opportunity for.
Thank you, Owen, and look forward to more opportunities to collaborate with you. I don't know if Bryce can.
Yeah, Bryce, you want to speak up? Bryce, do you want to talk about what you did?
Yeah, I was the editor on the Kyle Neves, and I did a little bit of shooting. My shots didn't end up making it into the video, which was my choice, but I did shoot a little video with Kyle. And then I was the editor for that video. I don't know if we're gonna watch it tonight. Are we? Is that?
I don't think we'll pull that one off, but we're
Totally
going to keep
fine.
everyone in suspense
Yeah,
to
no, great.
watch it, to be ready to watch it, because it has a lot of really important information in it, and you did an excellent job on editing that.
Yeah, thank you. And I know it was a really great experience. I am probably the newest member of SVP. I just joined at the beginning of this semester, and I am just a crew member, kind of videographer. And it was a really incredible experience for myself. It was my first kind of start to finish full production professional job that I kind of did. So I learned so much on it, and Jill and Ben and everybody that was there, and Owen, like everybody helped out so much, and I learned so much. And Kyle was a great on-camera actor to work with, and it was just all around great experience.
Well, thank you for your contribution. And it's not just, you're just a crew member. You just listed off about 100 positions you just did on one video. And I think that's the beauty of everyone that's here. You are doing multiple jobs at one time. And that's what's great. You come to us and let's trade skills, and we can use our skills, and we can feed off each other. So the more opportunities we have to collaborate and make ourselves those fluid journalists who can be on the street, fluid journalists, documentarians, however you want to look at it, with the audio, stills, video skills, it's going to make everybody much more viable. So thank you all again. I want to leave some time to give both Anna and Ben a little bit more of behind the scenes, and offer the floor back to Luke to direct some kind of question and answer. I think that everybody kind of, as Bryce just said, underestimated their role in this, really layered from the actual start of visioning, what are we going to do? How is this going to be interesting? I don't know if Boone was the one who put on all the cool graphics. You guys may have noticed all the graphics coming up and pointing out the technical aspects of what's happening. That was really great for us in terms of the photo editing. And I know Anna's the KCSU representative down there. She's on the bottom of my screen. How welcoming that environment was for our team to go into this little small space. And I learned a ton by I snuck in there for a few behind the scenes pictures. So your guys' skill at KCSU and audio and recording, please, we want to learn more about it, and we want you guys to learn more too. So thank you for being here, Anna. And as I was trying to lead in, I want to give it back to Anna Van Peckman and Ben to talk a little bit more about their roles in managing this, and really get a little bit of dialogue going here I might have jumped the gun. Did I, Luke, here? Am I
Yeah.
on track?
I was just gonna cut in super quick and thank you, Jake. I saw that you're running for dinner. Enjoy dinner with the family and feel better after the shot. But quickly before I hand it back off to Anna and Ben, I wanted to say just a few quick things. Funny enough, for being one of the photo directors, my part in this project comes next semester with my videos. So this is all very new to me. So seeing it unfold has been incredible. I mean, obviously I've seen behind the scenes, whether it be Devin and Anna and Jill and Pratyush and everyone talking about it, but to see the final product is incredible. And on the note of ducking out early, there's one of my famous segues. I wanted to just hand the floor over to Pete. If I know you had to leave early in a few, and if you had anything to say, I wanted to give you the floor for a chance to say it before you had to leave. To totally throw the spotlight on you for a second.
Well, I'll tell you, they were so happy to work with a client that was easy to work with. SVP pretty much stopped working on everything else because you guys were so cooperative. You were prepared. You were like a ideal client for them. They often work with local businesses that really just don't respond to messaging. Can't really get them to work with us on the vision of what they want to have done. So it was great for them to have an opportunity to work with you, get to know you, your staff, and really be a partner in it. A lot of times we don't feel like some of the work that we do is a partnership because our clients are so dependent on Ben and Owen to really almost do everything for them. And I'll tell you that the sense I got is they really felt like this was a partnership, and that they weren't doing all the work, that they didn't have to do everything to make this happen. So we appreciate you reaching out to them, and I'm glad you all got to see some of the incredible work that SVP can do. And I think this is just the beginning. You know, this is with Jill's motivation behind this. These videos can be done for a ton of different skill sets out there. And we look forward to doing more.
Thanks a ton, Pete. And I appreciate the words, and I just wanted to express personally, thank you for coming. It's always great to see you, and I'm happy that you could see the unveiling of all this. So thanks again for coming. And with that, I'll hand it back over to Anna and Ben to take it away.
Thanks, guys. And I'll let you say anything. I guess we can kind of feed off of each other, but yeah, open to questions, Q&A. I think, yeah, just like Pete said, I think a lot of us, just with COVID this year, especially, and in, you know, dealing with college classes, Rocky Mountain Student Media is a great way to kind of balance all of that. And you know, the stress and schedules, and gives us also a sense of family, which I'm super grateful for. And in the family that I, you know, have grown stronger with through this, and just in working for Rocky Mountain Student Media for 2 years now. I started as a crew member, you know, made it to director, and I'm really honored to, and sad to be leaving, but honored to be, you know, leaving in high spirits, and to, you know, have Owen taken over, and to have kind of just some really solid foundations that we've created within Rocky Mountain Student Media now across all departments, including collaboration, kind of, you know, moving forward. So I'm really honored to kind of be a part of this, and editing is something that I love to do, filming and shooting. Fortunately enough for the SVP team, I will be staying around for a couple more months to bug them a little longer, and help out on shoots and edits, and be alongside Owen on kind of handling a few more things with documentary film, because I think there's a lot, you know, in documentary film right now, and there's a totally resurgence of it, and that there's some stuff that's, you know, we can always be doing more and be doing better. And also, as I guess Owen said, please reach out to anybody who you know would be willing to even just work for the company, all of us. And we can always use more people. Clients, media, video, clients eat that up and they need it. And that's totally the way that just production is heading these days. Collegian newspaper included. And we need people to be working for Rocky Mountain Student Media. There aren't enough of us. There could be more. So yeah, just Anna, you have anything to say?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I feel like this is a great example of collaboration. Working with SVP has been so amazing. I think as photo people or camera people, sorry, we kind of share that with video. So it was really cool to see kind of more of the video process. Just even like the script, seeing the official script and, the filming process with the audio and the visual and then the editing. It's just really impressive what you all do. So thank you so much. And yeah, highly recommend reaching out to any multimedia, different sectors of the RMSMC whenever you need help, because really it is a family, like Ben said.
Well, and Anna, thank you for writing the scripts, because I say I didn't write much of the scripts besides take Anna's wonderfully eloquently written scripts and just comprise them into shot lists in the way that we could use them to produce it. But really it was like Pete said, Owen and I do a lot of that for clients, and clients do everything for me and make it look pretty, and a budget isn't a thing, and just send me it at the end. And we're like, hang on a second, we need some more info from you. So the fact that we were able to collab, in my opinion, so well, and that you were able to kind of write those super detailed scripts was super helpful for us, and also help schedule the shoots and events. So I want to say thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I think like as a, I think this is a good kind of coming back from spring break wrap to the semester, definitely. So thanks all.
Yes.
And before I fully take it back, I just wanted to say, Ben, it's like mystifying. You look identical to someone I grew up playing baseball with. It's like scary the entire meeting, but I had to point that out. That's hilarious. Great work from everyone from SVP. Ben, you and your team, it's apparent the passion that you put into this. I'm sad to see you go before I really got to know you, but your talent is incredible, so you'll do great.
We got 3 more weeks.
Good, exactly, we do.
Grab
So
a beer.
yeah, we have long enough.
Okay.
Everybody, so with that, you've seen the videos that we had to debut. You've heard from everybody behind the scenes. So we wanted to know how everyone here thinks that we could make these fantastic videos even better. I know you all know I like to keep the meetings to an hour, but we will stick around for anyone who wants to. I'm going to ask everyone who joined the photo desk too to stick around just for 2 minutes. Who's new, Tree, Cat, all you guys. But yeah, does anyone have some feedback on how we can make these even better in the future?
Or any other video ideas too.
I was gonna say, I don't really have perhaps like, feedback, but I have an idea coming from the design team at the Collegian. Have you guys considered doing this for all of the desks and all of the areas and not just the photo team? I'm graduating, so I'm not going to be here, but I would love to see these kinds of videos produced by SVP, worked with all of the other teams, all the other different areas and desks and everything. I think that'd be really cool to have like this recurring thing going on constantly for everybody.
I think absolutely, Amy. Yeah. And that's something that we're kind of striving for, just more collaboration within, in-house, as we say. The Collegian, Anna and Jill originally approached us as, but I would say we're not waiting for other departments to approach us. I think that's in the next generation's job to kind of be stronger collaborators between departments. And yeah, I mean, just seeing Malia's Phoebe and the graphics there. I mean, we have Boone, our graphics animator. My mind's running with that. He could animate that character, some different things in that, as far as that goes. So I think, yeah, there's a lot of different things that could take place.
Yeah, for sure.
Amy, that makes me sad for 2 reasons. First off, how good of an idea that is, but also the fact that we won't have your British voice immortalized in one of these videos.
No, God, it won't be. I mean, I could come back. I'll come back. And like you guys have mentioned, it's a family, so I'm graduating, but
You can do a
still
voiceover.
here. do voiceover. I'll be like the David Attenborough, like voiceover in the background. Well, thank you all for inviting me. Really, really great work. I've really enjoyed watching it all. So
Absolutely.
congrats to you
Thanks
all.
for the feedback.
And just a quick big shout out to you, to Amy. Amy's a graduating senior. She's already off to her new adventures down in Denver with an amazing design company. And she, Ms. Barry, is part of her crew. I think you have, what, 15 or more designers under, and really develop the graphics department. So I think we could definitely get a video going for your crew, and maybe Ms. Barry will help us do the mediation between all our departments now that she's been introduced to everyone. That would be wonderful.
Yes, please do. I'm gonna check back in and make sure it's happening.
I love it. Yes, please do. Any other feedback on videos you might want to see, or how we could collaborate?
I could see a photo caption writing video for sure. So like make sure you record your source, quoting, all of that could be interesting.
Yeah, I totally have the intention of working directly with as many other departments in the next, coming semesters to develop whatever training modules that they think would be, valuable, because this was a fun thing for me specifically. I got to try try out new skills and things like that. Yeah, so any people, any other departments that feel like there could be better training modules, or even just at all, introductory videos, things like that, we're happy to work on them. We'll develop them together. It'll be great.
And Ryan, a good idea. I mean, you've been on the Collegian long enough to see that captions are a big necessity. Kat, I saw you unmuted yourself.
Sorry. I just wanted to say that I think this is definitely, I see a lot of potential here. I'm on the opinion desk, and something that we've been talking about is like, we definitely need something like this, because we had, I think, like 2 people that wanted to join in the middle of the semester, but we had to tell them to wait until next semester because we didn't have the time to train like new people, because there's such like if we like take the time to train them and they don't stick around, it's so much like lost time. And so we had to like wait so that we could train everybody all at once, so that it wasn't such like a loss if they were to not stick around. But if we had training modules like this, then we could have anybody join at any time. And specifically like with the opinion desk, something like this would be really helpful because we're such a small desk. And so I just appreciate, I guess, all the work that goes into this, and I'm really excited to see like where this goes for the whole paper and not just the photo desk, especially because I know with the photo desk especially, like the learning curve it can be tough. Sometimes it felt like just being like thrown into the deep end, which is like good because you learn really fast, but I think something like this would be really helpful and make it like not as scary for people. So I'm just excited, and yeah.
And Kat, that's a great idea. And you highlighted one of like the main goals of this is to make it more uniform, where hopefully 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years down the line, they'll be seeing Pratyush's video and Devin's video to further immortalize them, but to have these trainings just at the ready. So yeah, great idea.
Definitely, yeah. And I think the other thing too that I wanted to note on is that, Jill, you were sort of talking about like well-rounded journalists, I guess. And I think this, with it making it less scary, I think it encourages people to like join like maybe like more than one desk, or even if it's through all of Rocky Mountain Student Media being a part of like different branches of student media, because I think like that's kind of what people are looking for when we get out of school, is like being able to be a part of multiple facets of what makes student media, or what makes media, I guess. And so I think that'll really help with recruitment amongst like across the different, I guess, branches. And I think that's kind of one of the goals all around, is that there's more like collaboration between the Collegian and different parts of student media. So I think, I don't know, it's just really cool.
I think that's a great point, and you're a good representation of that within the Collegian, because you do write and you're on the photo desk. So I think that's really helpful for creating content. And I think that idea of, you know, repackaging content to be for radio, to be for TV, to be for print, to that one story can go a lot of different ways. And I think this is a great example of, you know, being able to talk and see the faces, who's on that camera lens, and who's behind this, and how can we share skills, and we can always enhance our media. I mean, I'm so thrilled to think about, again, the theme was unexpected surprises and of the meeting, and, you know, hey, you want to do this video, and then it just rolls into all different kinds of areas you didn't expect to happen. I think the biggest one being our graphics designer here, which hopefully we can find a lot more opportunities to collaborate. But make that you do have the freedom for that, and talk to each other, and, you know, Slack each other. Everybody's on Slack, and how can we work together, I think is really, really important. And I'm so excited to hear how willing everybody is to be a part of that idea of the fluid journalist, the backpack journalist, the person with all the skills. I look for photographer jobs, and the first thing they say is video, right? But I'm still a photographer. So those are the kinds of things we want to, you know, help you all develop. Excellent. All right.
I also have to roll here pretty soon, but Kat Lausch, I don't think we've met before, but I took down a note of what you said. And Ryan Schmidt, I took down a note of what you said. I'll start talking with Jill about that for future projects. Thanks everybody for coming. I got to get going.
Thank you, Owen. Thanks for everything.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
I'm here as well. And just to reiterate, our links are on, or all 3 videos are on our SVP YouTube for afterwards if you want to watch them full resolution and see all the detail on them. So yeah, just know they're there. Thanks everybody so much.
Thanks, Ben.
We'll see you around the office.
We'll see you soon.
Take care.
And sorry, I just have to give a quick shout out to Jill for organizing with Anna and like really pushing us out of our comfort zones to take shots, and not even just in these videos, but in general. Jill is such an amazing, like awesome person to have like as a mentor and a guide for the photo desk. And it's just so great to work with her every day.
I may not even think that I can get something done, and Jill will ensure that I get it done. So that shows you the motivation.
Thank you, Jill.
Thank you guys. You fuel my tank. You guys, you inspire me.
And everybody, thanks everyone to sticking around. And everyone who just joined the photo desk, Kat, Tree, Michael, Ellie, if you could hang around just for 2 seconds. But with that, I will give my little professor, you're free to go, but we will stick around for feedback. And I want to thank everyone for coming. And Jaheim, I didn't get to say hey to you officially. Thanks for coming again. It's great to see you, man.
Thank you.
All right, bye guys. Really great job. I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks everyone for coming.
All right, so to the new stars.
I will also head out.
Sorry, I just
thanks,
wanted
guys.
to say
Yeah.
super quick.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah. Bye.
Excellent job.
Thank you.
Lucy,
Yeah,
it was
that
great
was
to see you.
awesome. Yeah, it was so good to see you guys. This was amazing to see the final product. You guys absolutely killed it, like I know you would. So huge congrats and great job. I can't wait to go back and watch them whenever I'm bored. So
Thanks,
all
Lucy.
right,
Thank you,
I gotta,
Lucy.
We'll
of
be in
course, thank
touch
you
somehow,
guys.
as always.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, I gotta go write a 15-page paper. I will
Good luck.
talk to you guys soon.
Good luck. So to the new stars. Last year when we went online